Good morning, beautiful people. Oz with you here with another While They Were Sleeping. This morning I'm coming to you from Summerton Park Beach. It's coming a bit later today. The sun doesn't like to rise that early over here in South Australia, in the western of the country. I hope you guys enjoy today's message though. This is the beach on which I grew up in. I recently got asked by someone who's a popular fan of these, but got asked how it was that I dealt with the passing of my dad. You know, what did I think, what did I go through, how did I cope with it? And the short answer is, we all have the ability to control our thoughts. We all have the ability to control what goes on in our mind, as long as we're aware of it and take some time to think about it. But the longer answer is, or another aspect of that of which I want to talk about this morning, and this morning's message is the idea that our life is simply a reflection of the stories that we tell ourselves. So for instance, this beach behind me, the day before my dad passed away, he and I came down here with Chip, with the big guy, and went for a walk along the beach. And we had one of the most connected conversations that we'd ever had. I was talking about dreams, and at the time I was in law school, so you know, I was along that opening my mind to education path. And he spoke to me a little bit about who Mum was and the type of person that she was when he first met her. So it was a really deep conversation. And in the following days when he passed away, you just got, you know, I had the choice of thinking about, am I going to think about all the pain and uncertainty and turmoil that I was experienced on that day, or did I have the chance to think about the good times that I had with him, and specifically that day, which is a day that I still remember now. And that comes back to my point, is that our life is a reflection of the stories that we tell ourselves. Let me give you an example of that. You might, I'm in Adelaide at the moment for a wedding. Now, this couple have been together for a while, but let's say there are two options. You get together and you get married early on. You just know it's the right person, you get married early on, and in 30 years you're still together and you're still having a great life. Or on the flip side, you meet and spend a decade together and then get married, and then 30 years later you're still together having a great life. Either of those couples in 30 years time is going to reflect and say that they did the right thing, that they made the right choice. Or they may get divorced within 5 years and reflect and say they made the wrong decision. You know, they got married too early, or they spent too much time together getting to know one another, and then made the wrong decision because they were so comfortable, something like that. You've got two different aspects, two different stories that you can tell yourself. And that takes me to the point of being an optimist. In all the stories that when I reflect on my journey to this point, I tell myself the story in the positive aspect. To become the person that never gives up, to become the person that chases the biggest dream, to become the person that keeps pushing no matter the fears, the failures, the pushback. You've got to be able to tell yourself the optimistic story. And that's the message for this morning. When you're reviewing your life in the past, think of it optimistically, and that'll give you an opportunity to act with more determination, with more endeavour, and with less fear in the present moment. Coming to you live this morning, Words with Oz, while they were sleeping, Summerton Beach.